Hey guys, welcome to MuseAndMagic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for actually a very special reading today. Spirit has been guiding me to do this reading for some time, actually for some weeks now, and it seems like every time I get ready to even prepare for it, something comes up. Either the time, there's too much noise, too much distraction, I'm not really feeling my best. It's like something has come up time and time again. And even as I'm starting to record now, here come my babies coming through the door. I'm recording. But that's okay because everything is a part of the reading. And the reason I'm saying that this seems like there's been some resistance in me getting to this reading is because this one is very specific to someone who's been trending lately in the news, and this is Jamie Foxx. And I've done these readings before for a couple of celebrities. I've done them for Usher, I've done them for I think Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, and also Drake, predicting certain things that have transpired that I have actually seen kind of play out in their lives. And I know that many have not seen those readings, and so, that's okay because I do this work not, because I'm getting the likes or all these different, shares or anything like that. I do this because I'm just drawn to do it, and so I don't care if it's 5 people or 10 people, who come across it. Like, you're the ones who are supposed to see it. I'm very protective, over myself, my energy, and the things even that sometimes I have to share. And whether that's good or bad, you know what I'm saying, or indifferent. I say that because there really is no good or bad, right? So I'm going to dive in. I felt drawn to do this because this specific reading is going to give us shine a little bit of light, maybe even give some answers to some questions that people may have about what's happening right now with Jamie. And I'm not here to really do that, okay? I'm not judge or jury. I'm not biased towards any information or outcome. That's why I specifically do not watch the news. I don't like watching YouTube videos and about everything that's happening because typically nobody knows anything. Everybody's just speculating when it comes to celebrity news oftentimes. So I'm very careful and mindful of where I get information, and even when I get it from supposed reliable sources, I tend to always go within and try and divine information for myself to see, if it feels and like it resonates, like if it's truth, right? So with that being said, I just want to get started. I'm doing this because this is more of a healing, okay, for Jamie than it is a reading, although I am going to dive in. I've done 2 different types of readings, and I'm going to get to both of them in this particular session. And one of them, of course, is oracle reading, so we can kind of dive into what's truly happening because the cards don't lie. And then also one is a destiny reading. And with that reading, out of the 52 card decks, which we know as playing cards, some know as the original tarot, Jamie Foxx happens to be a 5 of clubs, if I remember correctly, due to his birthday. Each birthday has a very specific card that it basically goes with. And for example, I am a October baby. Born on the 31st of October, and so I am a 4 of hearts, okay, woman. But Jamie Foxx is a 5 of clubs, male, and we'll go a little bit deeper into what that means as we get to it. But I just want to start this out with a healing meditation. I'm doing this specifically for Jamie because I have a bird. I'm just using this as an example. Recently that was sick. Literally, I knew it was dying. And I had a pair of birds, and one did pass away. And it just so happened that I was kind of out of town. Had other people caring for it. And when I came back the very next day, it passed. So I didn't really know it was sick. But the other bird started showing the same signs as the bird that passed, and so I immediately knew that he also was getting ready to pass away. I am very, very strong and intentional with my words and my actions most times. At least I try to be. And so I had played this healing for my bird because I know that it works. I've healed myself through this from certain things, specific things, through certain foods, just certain things and meditations. Not because I'm so perfect and I have this perfect diet, but because I'm in tune with my body. When it tells me I need something, when I crave something, I take heed, okay? But I knew that I needed to play this specific healing for this bird, which I did. This was several weeks ago, the beginning of this month. Now today is the 20th of June. And as I am speaking to you today, my bird is chirping, tweeting around. It's perfectly fine. I played this meditation. I did a very specific healing on it called vortex healing. It's not mainstream energy healing, but it exists. Just think of Reiki healing if you're familiar with that. It's a type of energy healing. But I like to say this healing is like Reiki on steroids because it does much of what Reiki does as far as just kind of surpassing the physical, right? It penetrates through the emotional and the spiritual, the mental, the, various bodies that we encompass, that we have around us, okay? And bordering us, I should say. And I don't want to talk too much about that. I just want to really just dive in. So I'm hoping that with your help, my help, and us all collectively coming together, we can send this healing out to Jamie, and whether he ever sees this or comes by this or not, that it's very powerful, right? We are powerful, more powerful in numbers. If two or more agree, right, then so it shall be. And so let's just get started. This specific healing is it's called Sounds of Power. It's by Mitchell Gibson. This is what I am playing it from because I like giving credit where it is due. It's definitely healed me, and amongst the other things that I do. And I'm gonna play this. It's a 7-minute long sound healing therapy. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I will play it for a couple of minutes. And then from there, we're going to dive into the energies that are surrounding Jamie, okay? I'm sorry for talking for so long, but I just want to make sure that I get all this information out because we have a ways to go. So let's get started. These words are in Hebrew. I'm going to do a little vortex healing, so you can close your eyes as well. And let's relax. Okay, turn this down in the background. This is a prayer, a healing prayer done in the Hebrew language, because the words and the language has a very specific vibration that is very powerful in healing um, anything from ailments to mental, emotional um, issues or whatever. I, again, just felt very drawn to do this because everybody's talking about where is Jamie, what happened to Jamie, and there's all these speculative videos and posts that have gone up about what's truly going on. Um, and is this a part of some plot or something by the greater powers that be, right? But I remember Karis one in a YouTube video I saw some time ago, but it was like an interview, I think it was. And the interesting thing is, I think someone was asking him, or the question had been asked about, Illuminati, was it real, or, how he felt about it or whatever, something to the tune of that. I'm just paraphrasing because it's been some time since I've seen it. And I just remember his answer to me was just very powerful, because in essence, he's pretty, remind you, I'm paraphrasing, but basically he was just saying, in essence, like the question really shouldn't be about how I feel about Illuminati or am I afraid of such things or whatever, but whether they're afraid of me. You know what I'm saying? And what I really took away from that, I know what he was saying. If you really knew who you were and the power that is within you, you know what I'm saying? You really would not worry about such things. I don't want to get too deep and I don't want to get off the path because this is about a healing and it's about a specific reading for Jamie Foxx. And I really want to dive into what his name even means, most importantly. But I say that because collectively we spend too much time as a collective society online, on social media, and on gossip and on fake news instead of coming together collectively to help, to heal, and to usher our sisters and brothers into health and wealth and prosperity, or into safety, or whatever. There is power in your words. Your words and your thoughts are magical and very powerful. You have to be mindful at this time, age of Aquarius, especially as to what it is you're putting out there and how that's vibrating back to you, because your words are like a boomerang, your thoughts like a boomerang. What you put out comes back in, okay? So we're not going to trip off of the powers that be or things that could be happening in the background, although this is going to give us a lot of what's happening. What we are going to focus on as a collective, if you're down with me, okay, you're my soul family, we're going to focus on the healing, getting Jamie back to, you know, optimal levels of health, okay, and abundance in that way at this time, okay. Now, intuitively, you know, I was just kind of having a conversation with Spirit, and intuitively, I do feel as though, you know, I feel as though Jamie is safe at this time. I feel like he is protected at this time. I haven't dived into this reading like I really want to see what's really playing out right now in his life. But I will say that that's just intuitively what I feel. All these people are trying to speculate where he's at. Is he home, still in the hospital, whatever the case? And intuitively, I feel like he is not in the hospital. And I almost don't want to speak on this because, again, it's nobody's real business. You feel me? And things are being done, and I'm gonna just leave that alone. I feel like, you know, whether it is in the space that he's in or not, mentally and emotionally or whatever, or physically in a space, Jamie is being protected right now. He is under protection, and Spirit just tells me guardianship, meaning I feel like the guardians are doing what they're supposed to do. And this is whether it's ancestral, angelic, you know, spirit guides, but that he is protected, okay? We'll get into why I feel that way. Maybe this reading will give us a little bit more. So I'm going to put on my little school teacher glasses, okay, so we can jump in. So, first of all, let's just go back to what I said initially, that Jamie is a 5 of clubs. So when it comes to destiny cards and destiny readings, his actual destiny card, his birth card is a 5 of clubs. Okay, so I'm going to break down to you what the name Eric Bishop actually means, and Jamie Foxx, and then we'll get into what the 5 of clubs personality and who the 5 of clubs really is. Okay, so first of all, Eric, the name Eric means, and what's such a trip is I have a cousin named Eric who rarely calls ever. Rarely. And just today, right before I started this, the name flashed up on my phone. Eric, my cousin. I need to call him back. But I'm just saying, like, all the signs and symbols, because I was wondering, am I going to be referring to him as Jamie, or should I really call him by his birth name, Eric Bishop? And there is a reason, because there is so much in a name. So let's just go with that. Eric means soul ruler, eternal ruler. It also means ever powerful. Just think about that, okay? Because Jamie came here, chose to come here to be a star, okay? Bishop means overseer, spiritual superintendent, and ruler or director, okay? Again, soul ruler, eternal ruler, ever powerful, overseer, spiritual director, ruler or director, as it applies or applied to Christ. Okay? Now you can think of Christ as Christ the man, right? Incarnated here on earth, but still the Messiah, right? Or you can think of Christ as KRST, Kirst, okay? Kirst, energy. Okay, so open your mind and remember who you are in this reading. Wake up. Okay. The name Jamie, it means may. It means may God protect. Okay? Holder of the heel, one who supplants. And supplants means supersede or replace. Okay? I, for some reason, hear longevity. Someone who supersedes, who goes the distance, also goes further. And then fox, and we refer to fox, we think about the animal fox, right? It's just one X, but just fox, and how the fox in nature burrows underground, right? It's a solitary creature, it can be. Although we know him in folklore as sly, slick, kind of manipulative, right? But when you think about the word manipulate, or when people manipulate, or it's almost like it reminds you of the word maneuver. They just learn how to manipulate. And when you learn how to manipulate the matrix, right? You learn how to maneuver, right? Then that in itself is wisdom, okay? Wisdom, that in itself puts you in the lead, helps you to supersede, helps you to get ahead, helps you to lead, okay? So let's leave that there. Okay, so 5 of clubs, okay? And this is the 5 of club personality. So let's just dive into what that even looks like, okay? And 5 of clubs is the card or personality, the quest for truth. Listen to these words. Doesn't matter how you start out. This is the playing ground. This is what's transpiring. This is who you are. Okay? Eric Bishop. Okay? And I wish I would have done this beforehand, because for the 5 of clubs, maybe I still have time to do it. I'll wait. If we have time, I'll do it. I was going to tell you the other birthdays, because there's one in most each month that falls on a specific date that makes it a 5 of clubs, so that you watching this video can know if you might also have this trait. If you're a 5 of club, you know, as well. Okay. So anyways, let's just get into it. So the 5 of club means changes and restlessness of the mind. We find these people have a lot of curiosity that keeps them almost constantly on the move. The 5 of Hearts karma card tells us that they have many changes in their romantic life as well. And for this reason, they are not usually well suited for marriage. These people are basically adventurous and want to do something exploring and research, right? For the same reason, things and people associated with commitment are usually avoided like the plague. This makes them nomadic and changeable to the extreme in some cases. The 5 of clubs is the most restless card of all. Though they are very flexible, moves to new homes or change lifestyles usually or change of lifestyles usually do entail many responsibilities and challenges, as symbolized by the 5 of Hearts and Saturn. The Ace of Spades, the 5 of Spades and Saturn. The Ace of Spades in Venus speaks to secret love affairs and indecision about which to choose. This same ace also gives many of them a very sexy and rich voice. Now listen, I've been a Jamie Foxx fan, Eric Bishop fan, since his first, since the Jamie Foxx show, since his first album, and I've always thought that of him. I'm sure most women will agree that he's always had a very sexy, sultry, singing voice, right? A gift, even, you know? I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to get stuck. We have so much to cover. So I just point that out so that you know the accuracy of this reading, okay? Anywho, so where were we? We were Okay, so anywho, um, so the secret love affairs and indecision about which to choose. This same ace who gives many of them a very sexy and rich voice. The Seven of Diamonds in Jupiter is a millionaire's card. Okay? And many Five of Clubs have lots of money. Though they often spend it or lose it at as fast as they get it, speculation and gambling should be avoided. Though they are luckier than most, the tendency or their tendency to spend, it makes them bad at it makes them bad at what gamblers call money management, which is essentially knowing when to quit. They are wonderful in sales and promotion because they can relate to so many people in their own level or at their own level. The Virgo and Gemini birthdays often have an especially powerful voice or way of expressing themselves that can bring great success in sales or promotions. And remember, I said there's more than just one birthday that falls on the Five of Clubs, destiny card line. I'll put it that way. Okay, so that says the Gemini birthdays or the Virgo birthdays are ones that are typically very good in sales and promotions. Their natural curiosity brings them much knowledge, but they do not apply it often, or they stick to one train of thought. This tends to make them skeptics, not even getting satisfaction from their own self-created belief structures. Often the Five of Clubs will take the opposite side of an argument just so they are not tied down to one concept. An interest in spiritual studies brings more satisfaction in their later years and provides answers that bring more peace into their lives. A spiritual teacher would be helpful in this regard. And I may be wrong, but intuitively I do feel like this is a time for many where there is a shift happening on a spiritual level where people are starting to raise their vibrations, seek the truth, seek information, esoteric wisdom, metaphysical science, study those things which resonate with Ma'at. I just feel like I have to say that. The truth, okay? Justice. Some of the Five of Club issues concerning relationships. Depending upon the individual, being a Five of Clubs can be a blessing or a curse at the realm of relationships. On the high side, they are progressive and can relate to anyone on their level. This makes them well liked and sociable. On the other hand, the fear of commitment can be so great that they attract the most unusual situations and may never have the peace of a deep connection. There will be emotional losses in their life regardless of avoidance, but their attitudes and values tell the real story. The Five of Clubs is considered to be one of the most unmarriageable cards in the deck because of their restless nature. One way or another, most of them avoid commitment as much as possible. If they are cunning as well, Foxx, they will make it appear as though the reason they are not making a commitment is their partner's fault. In truth, they are deeply afraid that any relationship may deprive them of their freedom. Because of their avoidance of commitment and their Ace of Spades and Venus, they are often attracted to married people or have secret affairs. They also like to keep their private lives to themselves. Their single life is the way up for most Five of Clubs, but there are those exceptional ones who settle down and make great contributions in love and work. Okay? So this is just a little extra, and you won't really understand this much if you don't know the destiny card of the people in your life. But Five of Clubs of both sexes, both male and female, often make friends with heart males who have a fondness for them. However, there is also a karmic bond between them that can be difficult at times. Club females can also enjoy the company of Five of Club of both sexes. Five of Club women can make a good marriage with certain diamond males and are usually attracted to certain spade males. So I'll leave that there, so that you just kind of can marinate on that a little bit through this reading. That gives you a little bit of a sneak peek into who the Five of Clubs person is, male or female, okay? And I could go quickly down here to see who else is a Five of Clubs in case you're watching this and your birthday falls on that. And what I'm seeing right now is Five of Clubs. There's not many. There's not many. Five of Clubs is March 31st birthday. Also April 29th birthday. If you're born on the 27th of May, you're a Five of Clubs. If you're born on the 25th of June, you are a Five of Clubs. If you're born on the 23rd of July, you are a Five of Clubs. If you're born on the 21st of August, you are a Five of Clubs. The 19th of September, Five of Clubs. Right? If you're born on the 17th of October, you are a Five of Clubs. If you are born on the 15th of November, that's a Five of Clubs. And are there any Five of Clubs in December? 13th of December is Five of Clubs. So if your birthday falls on any of the dates I've just stated, then you are also a Five of Clubs. I just felt like I needed to do that for those of you watching in case. Now, the difference between what's happening right now with this specific reading, as I get deeper into it, you'll realize that this is just specifically for Jamie because he's in a certain year of life. You know, Jamie is in his, how old are we, Jamie? I thought that I had put this down here. Maybe I'm not supposed to mention his age. But let me see. I put the year he was born. I just didn't put the number, age, because he's 50 something, right? Maybe I'm not supposed to say that. But he... Yeah. So Jamie's birthday is December 13th, and he was born in, that doesn't matter, okay? But for the very specific year of life that he's in this year, this is what this reading is for. It's only for people who are Five of Clubs, and this is your, so I will say if you were born, let me just say it, if you were born in 67, then this will be your reading as well in your Five of Clubs on any of those birthdays I just said. Only if you are born actually in 1967, okay? Because that will make you a certain age, and that's what this is very specific to. No other year of your life, okay? So first of all, I'm going to do the oracle reading, and then we'll jump into this destiny reading, which I said is for this specific year of life. So very quickly, as far as my oracle reading, now let's separate this. This is the intuitive piece, okay? The cards don't lie. So what I was asking, and I've already shuffled and laid out the cards so that I could save a little bit of time. You know, what I was really asking Divine was, what was the current status of Jamie right now? Where is he right now? Jamie is in hibernation right now with the monk, okay? Going very quiet. I feel like either there's, you know, not a whole bunch of talking, or either this is more meditation, going into meditation mode, just really focusing on the self, health, wellness, okay? And again, this is very timely that I'm even doing this particular video for a healing, because I feel like this is indicative of what's happening around him at this time, the focus on healing. There is downloads coming in. There are downloads coming in, messages from divine, from maybe ancestors, angels, spirit guides, whichever. So Jamie's right now receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information. You know, even if he were to still be in a state of being, if he was incoherent, you still can receive downloads at that time. Okay. Trust me, Spirit speaks to us and finds a way that we can understand, whether it's through dreams or whether it's through people talking and even not being awake but still being able to hear. You understand? So it doesn't matter how this is playing out. Don't worry about that piece. Just know that there's downloads that are happening. There is the jester. I feel like this is much of a representation of Jamie, kind of like the jester, because he is, I feel like, almost a comedian first. Like, his personality is just always entertaining. Every time you see him, there's something funny that he says or does. He's just a very chipper kind of a, you know, funny kind of a guy. So, you know, still allowing himself to reside in a space of life having jokes. That's what I feel like. It's like universe has jokes, life has jokes, right? So trying to be very optimistic, you know, about whatever is going on in life at this time. Jamie is a star. You know, you cannot, I mean, imagine trying to smother out the sun. How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you can't get close enough. You don't have a hose big enough. Like, what are you going to do to smother out the sun? You know what I'm saying? So, Jamie is literally, and I almost feel like he's just kind of, I see him just kind of, you know, traveling through universe right now. So again, with the downloads, also with the fact that, you know, he is like, you can't take out a star, truly. Okay? You can't diminish it. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just here with the window, you know, this is interestingly, windows typically are about opportunities, you know, either being open or closed. Opportunities opening up or closing up or something to the tune of that. With this, I just feel like this gives me the vibes of, like, even when you're in a room and you are secluded, remember Foxx being that animal that can typically just be very isolated and secluded, just kind of in its own space, solitaire, right? But still getting perspective, still getting view, like rearranging perspective, seeing things differently, okay? Because this is about opportunity. We see a field of opportunity here. We see a field of opportunity here. Who you gonna be when shit hits the fan? Who you gonna be? Who you gonna call, right? And I think of, I want to say Ghostbusters, literally, but what I'm thinking about is this name. I can't shake it. Remember, we talked about Eric being the ruler, you know, being ever powerful. We talk about Bishop being the overseer, spiritual superintendent. That's deep. For such a time as this, and some of us come here to do this work later in life rather than earlier in life. And so there's a transformation happening here with the butterfly, okay? There's a major transformation, and interestingly enough, we have the cocoon that's right next to that. So again, with the month, it's like solitary, going quiet, in hibernation, in this cocoon, because there's a transformation that's happening. It has to happen, you know, and we have the honeycomb. And honeycomb is, when you think about, remember I was talking about collective and community. Like, it's not just formed by one bee, right? There's a collective of bees working together. Everybody has a job. Everybody's protecting the queen. Everybody is, you know what I'm saying, gathering. So everybody has their job to do, and it's so, man. And then and it's almost like there is this transformation that's happening. There has to be seclusion. There has to be this cocooning that is happening right now, because there's a protection that is around, that is around the energy of the star. Okay, a collective energy, more than one person working for the greater good, for the collective good, and success of this outcome. And eagle is about keen vision, seeing farther, right? It's about knowing who you are, being king of the sky, ruler, spiritual superintendent, and so one of the things that keeps coming up for me with eagle is how other birds, but let's just take the hawk, because the hawk can be often mistaken as eagle. And the hawk can pick at eagle and peck at it and all these things, while eagle is just standing there. And other birds do this to hawk as well, believe it or not. So they both kind of have this same, it's almost like the hawk is a bit of a clone of the eagle of sorts, but the difference is not an eagle. So the wingspan is not quite as long, and its ability to fly to certain altitudes is not quite there. So while it's picking and agitating and aggravating the eagle just stands. It just stays still. And after a while, it'll finally take off. It's never flustered or agitated and aggravated by the hawk. It just stays until it's like, okay, I'm ready to go. And it flies off. Why does it fly off? It does this because when it takes off, okay, hawk is hot on its tail. Hawk is, I could just imagine him in the sky like this, okay, and eagle like, all right, hawk. You know what I'm saying? And so he's constantly raising his altitude. And as he gets to a certain, again, altitude or height in the sky, hawk has to fall off because he can't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? He just can't. You ain't got the wingspan for this, boo. You ain't got the... You know what I'm saying? So I say that because I'm saying something without saying it. Ruler. Spiritual superintendent. Right? That's the eagle. And sometimes you gotta go in, like even in all of our superhero movies, the superhero sometimes has to hide, and it looks like he's running from the fight, or he's, retreating. But sometimes you got to do that so you can build up your arsenal, so you can get yourself strong again, shake that kryptonite off your back, you know what I'm saying, the effects of that, so that you can power up and come back and fight another day, okay? So what are the challenges here? The challenges is that this is a very dark place, okay, with the cave, and, that shit feels lonely. When you're in a cave, yes, it's giving you protection and it's giving you respite, and you're able to kind of gather your thoughts. But there are fears that you're confronted with in the dark. Shadows. Things that you got to fight with and sometimes fight off. Because who the fuck knows what's all in that cave? It's bats and snakes. And, you still got to be mindful of how you navigate even in the dark. Even in solitude. Okay? Because everybody that says they're your friend is not your fucking friend. You don't know. The reason I'm saying this because, and it took a while for me to get to this reading, because Spirit always speaks to me through music, and it speaks to me through movies, and all universe speaks to me in all different ways. And I was led to watch the movie Divergent last night, and I'm about to watch the other two, Divergent, Insurgent, and I forget the other one, but there's three. What's the other one? Was it something Runner, Maze Runner? Watch these movies. What's the one with Girl on Fire? I can't think right now. I'm having a brain fart. But all of these movies, like giving up the game. And look at Divergent, because you were a divergent when you didn't fit into a category. Leader, ruler, spiritual superintendent. When you don't fit into none of the boxes, you're considered divergent, and now they on your ass. You know why? Because they can't control you. Who are our divergents, Jamie? Eric Bishop, Kanye. Anyways, I ain't gonna get deep. So now we have this ascension that's taking place. That's why I want to get to this Destiny card reading. It's happening right after this. Don't worry. And there's the shield. Remember I talked about there being protection. You know, so don't worry. Don't worry, fans. Okay? All is well, because I don't know why I just want to almost say the Galactic Council, but you know, we do have that protecting and guiding and watching and making sure that those of us who are light bearers, light bringers, are here to do what we're supposed to do. Even if it's just to be here as a lighthouse, a beacon of light, we will be here, you know. And there is some shit that's gonna hit the fan. There's a storm. I don't know why Jamie's song comes to me right now. Storm, right? Well, let's go. Raindrops. I can't think of the lyrics right now, but all over my love. Anyways, but he has one where there's like storm and rain in the background. I love that song. It's just something about that song. I wonder if it's recorded at 432 hertz, because something about that song, it just puts me in a trance almost. It just relaxes me. I love it. It's sexy and it's beautiful and soothing, and you know, and so, you know, shit's hitting the fan. Real talk. That's the challenge. That there's lightning. This is the Tower card, you know, of sorts, you know. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to go through this. You know, dark chocolate is bittersweet. You know, this is a star card right here, one of the few in this deck, which means it's shadow. So this is the dark shit. Sometimes that's what it takes. You know, a little blood, sweat, and tears. If we knew, that's why God was just allowing me to just take a while, my time to do this. And there were these distractions and things preventing me from doing this reading before now, because I just saw a video, I think it's on Netflix or something, I don't know, but it's talking about how things are made. If you knew what it took to get chocolate to your stores and to your table, the slavery, you know, the way that people are treated out here working, getting these crops, this what is it called, the cacao, the fruit, which has the chocolate inside of it, right? The sugar cane, and how those people are vastly underpaid. You know what I'm saying? To get sugar to your table, because you have a fucking addiction to it, Westerners. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, this is for my light bearers, people who are supposed to be here. There's going to be adversity. There's going to be tower moments and tower fucking people and forces in your life, but you will prevail. You are protected here. Okay? Know that. And we should be building our own army, light bearers, coming together. Everybody's just sitting back watching. Nobody's asking enough questions. Nobody's protesting this. You know what I'm saying? Protest the right things. March for the right things. Gate. Okay? This is the solution. How do we get to the success? How do we get to a successful outcome? Gates, we got to start unlocking some shit. One, we got to start connecting. Gates connect, right? You got to connect different parts of it to make a whole. And it opens some shit up. We got to be unafraid to open up Pandora's box. Open that shit up and bust it wide open. Start asking questions and demanding answers. Sun. Again, I said Jamie is a star. You can't fucking take out the sun. You can't. You know? How do you do that? Right? I like to see you try. so that this galactic federation can be on your ass. So I'm just saying, you know, this is just to continue to shine, stay the course, continue to be a light, a beacon, a lighthouse. You are protected with this night. There are few, but those around you that are protecting you, that are making sure they're holding down the fort, that nothing passes that can come to bring harm. Okay? Yes, you are a target. There's a target. But this is also about staying the course, also about keeping tunnel vision, right? Keeping an eye on the prize, okay? Because remember, for the success of this tells me, you know, and that's what this cocooning is about. It's like, it's time when you're in cocoon mode, when you're in the cave and you're getting your shit together because you're hiding from whatever or taking cover. Now it's time to come out on offense. Get off defense, come on offense. The athlete is about running. You could be running for your life, running from something, running towards something. But what I get from this, the only thing I get from this is stay the fucking course. Stay the route. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I get from this. Stay strong, stay healthy. Let that be the focus. Stay on target. Okay, because most importantly, you are protected because you're a motherfucking son. Okay? Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. You know, I'm sorry but not sorry. When I get into my shit, you know, I curse and that's just what it is. You know, I get it from my daddy. Okay, so let's get into this this destiny card reading, because that's the most important reason why we're here, to see you know, what is inevitable at this time, like what at this year of life that Jamie is in, to expect of what he can expect. And I'm actually going a little too fast. I did pull a few extra cards because this is about what the final result will be. Lightning again. We had the storm already. Now we have the lightning card. There's going to be some friction. There's going to be some funk. That's okay, because you got to stay the course. Stay in meditation mode. Stay receiving the downloads and the visions. This is the vision quest, because this is about being spiritually guided. And why would you not be? Because you're the spiritual intendant, superintendent, right? The overseer of many. You're the rainmaker. You know what I'm saying? Your words and your actions and your thoughts are very important, because they bring the rain, they bring the sun, they change the seasons, they move shit. Okay? This is like the great alchemist as far as I'm concerned. Like the magician, you are the rainmaker. So it's important right now to be mindful of thoughts and words. But again, after the lightning comes the rain. The rain clears away that which is no longer needed. It clears the air, clears the debris. You understand? Understand, rather. We have the medicine wheel. So again, full recovery and optimal levels of health. You know, and I get, man, so much. I get from this is what was his name? Aslan. Remember the movie The Wardrobe, right? The Lion in the Wardrobe or something like that. Is that what it was called? But you know, knowing who you are, you know, again, just as, you know, because I see the lion here, I see the snake, the serpent, which is divine feminine energy, is wisdom, right? We've been taught many years That's, you know, snake is just like the fox is just sly, the snake is just sneaky. And it's, no, this is, you know, divine feminine wisdom. Think about that. Even in the Garden of Eden, the snake really awakened Eve and Adam. It put them on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been looking at it the wrong way. And so, yeah, this is about, I feel, the full recovery. And matter of fact, the medicine wheel, there is a specific wheel. I remember this in Sedona when I went to visit very sacred place. And I think this is where the monks go or have gone or do go or something to meditate. And there's a medicine wheel, and you spin the medicine wheels or whatever. I feel like that may be significant at this time, as a matter of fact, you know, either a place to get to and visit or something that needs to be done. And there's also a very specific medicine, almost like a labyrinth, you know, something that you go to and they have it on the ground, almost like a labyrinth, and you walk it, and there's specific, you ask for healing or something to the tune of that. It's been a couple years since I've been there, pre-COVID season, right? And so I can't remember the whole gist of it, but I just remember it being a very powerful experience for me, and I thought to come home and want to create one for myself. So just for someone, you need to really see how that resonates with you as far as the medicine wheel. And then we have the moon, which is about things being the illusion, right? Things that are hidden, things in the dark that come to light. All right, so this is what's happening. Remember, this is the outcome. So it's going to be some more lightning, it's going to be some more storm, but at the end of the day, you take that storm, Aslan, spiritual intendant, ever ruler ever after even, and you make it rain. And so you clear away that which is no longer needed. You clear away that which is no longer acceptable. Okay? So I had to do that and finish that out. Okay, so let's get back to this real thing, and then we're going to do another healing before I go, healing meditation before I wrap it up, which is going to be a spirit, a soul cleanse, also by Mitchell Gibson. Okay, so and I encourage you to look up Mitchell Gibson and all of his healing videos, because I'm telling you, they're the truth. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is get to Jamie's birthday here, and I didn't really get too deep on what has transpired in the past, which would have started in December on his birthday of last year. Because we're already in June, I kind of wanted to start in this area, like spring and June, and what his seasons are, because we each have a few seasons we go through from the day of our birth, and we celebrate our birthday until that next year on our birthday. So for example, Jamie was born on December 13th, and so his Venus, or excuse me, his Mars, what am I saying? His Mercury starts on December 13th, and then he moves into Venus in February on the 4th. Then he moves into Mars, his Mars season for his solar return on the 28th of March. So I didn't want to go all the way back, because that stuff, whatever transpired, has already transpired. I wanted to think about the now and what's transpiring right now. So with that being said, I did start at Mars, which was the March 28th, started his Mars season. And each season lasts for about 6 weeks, okay? So he has a King of Spades and a Four of Spades in his Mars season. And why King of Spades shows up in this year of life for him is because it's about legal matters. And to be clear, your Mars is really about, you know, your aggressive energies, the energies that will manifest this year that are aggressive, what you're passionate about, the outcome of legal matters, and how you will relate to other men in general. Now, legal matters this year turn in your favor. Okay, so expect great successes in any projects that you are passionate about. I don't know when the start of this filming of this movie took place, but again, this season for him lasts from March 28th until May 19th. Okay, so success in anything that you're passionate about, guarantees success in every avenue of your life. Take a leadership role, Eric. Take leadership roles in your life. Okay. Could feel affection or anger during this period towards men of spades. Now, all I can do is say, if you want to know who the people are in your life and what their birth card is, just look up Destiny card. You can Google that, it'll pop up. So you can put in your friend's birthday, your mama, your daddy, whoever, and let their birth card come up. And that's how you can know if they are a spades or hearts or whatever, and what your card is as well. But this is specifically for spades. Man, there could be some period again of affection or either anger towards. Okay, so you have to see how that resonates with the people in your life and look up their cards and see who's a spades male in your life and if that resonates. Then there's the Four of Spades in this same Mars energy. Okay, this is success in work. Happy married life for friends. Happy married life. Oh, for females, excuse me, I'm sorry. So if you were a female five of clubs, this would be a happy time for marriage for you. If you're in this specific year of life. Remember, born in 67, okay, December 13th. Organizational and executive ability that can be applied for success. Successful outcome in legal or tax matters. How you overcome any ill influences now will be determined by actions. Okay, so I know it's a little choppy because I just had to make notes. It was so much information, but I wanted to make sure that you guys kind of got this because it's very eerily accurate. Okay, so that's this Mars till May 19th energy. Now May 19th started the Jupiter season for Jamie, and Jupiter lasts until July 10th. So this is the energy that we're in right now with Jamie, what he's in right now. Okay, so in Jupiter there's 10 of spades. There's also the 8 of clubs. So 10 of spades means that there can be success in money enterprises, favor and expansion, or big dealings with powerful money people. Money may come through travel or also through honesty and integrity that pays off. I'm going to repeat that. Honesty and loyalty pay off. Okay? Not just pay off, it pays off in a big way. Okay, expand operations, politics, religion, working with public are favored. Okay, can flourish in the world as well. Or excuse me, in the workspace as well. So remember I talked about this elevation with the ladder that came up, this expansion, this transformation. The star, the sun is big. Y'all don't hear me. Okay, so 8 of clubs. This is power of mind that brings you much success with money, with business at this time. You have the power, or more power than usual now, sun. Okay, and use it wisely. Your mental power brings you more great success. Remember with the monk in meditation, I told you about the downloads. Okay, mental power brings great success. You're protected. Saturn, okay, the Saturn season starts July 10th and it will go all the way into August 31st. So this is future forward, but not far from here. We're at the end of June, remember? Two of Hearts. This period may bring a karmic relationship into your life. You may have a close friend or lover who needs your help to battle an illness or burden. They may become a burden to you now. Any intimate affairs might end up being fated for challenges or may be challenging in more than one way. So sometimes in a reading it can say this specific person, it might be you, right? It may say that it could be a loved one or others, but it might also be you. It's just the energy of the thing. So it could be yourself having this illness, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be recovered from or need to be, that you're battling. And even the sickness within yourself could still be a burden to yourself because you're not used to being down. I'm not saying this is it, because it could be someone else. But if this is the case, then we can expect that this might still be happening in the beginning parts of July. There can still be recovery. Okay, I want y'all to feel me. Stick with me. Okay. Ace of Clubs may bring unwelcomed letter news, right? Perhaps from or about a sick person. Unfulfilled desires for knowledge or unrealized goals are possible now. Projects you start now will be challenging or just may require more work than wanted for. Okay, so again, this is still about this news or letter coming in about a sick person or even about maybe one's own personal health. It may make things more challenging, but they won't be impossible. Okay. So then we have Uranus season, which starts August 31st. We have a Queen of Hearts, can bring unexpected marriage or romantic encounters. Kinky sex, somebody's back. Also indicated, your romantic partner may seem unpredictable. Why would that even come up? And that's one of his songs, right? One of your songs, Unpredictable. This is a time to allow for freedom in your personal relationships and let go of attachments. Perhaps you need a little space yourself. You can tighten the bond by giving each other space. Any woman of heart suit might prove unpredictable now and possibly into the next year. To ensure success, it's best to allow them to be whoever or whatever they need to be. A good friendship comes from unconditional love and acceptance. And that goes both ways, right? Ace of Diamonds, likely to start a new job or profession or a new way of making money. This represents ambitions for money that is in some way unusual or meant for public service. May spend much time or energy communicating about the above. Can represent a card or letter about any of the above also. If you combine your spiritual or philosophical interests, you will achieve success. So awesome, because anyone who has read The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Shen Scovel, I think that's how you say her name. She has this chapter, I think it's The Game of Life. It might be one of her other ones, Your Words or Your Wand or something like that. But it's one of her books she wrote. And she talked about a big, a movie guy and how they were talking about, this is back like in the 20s, I think this was written. And how they were, he was doing a stage play of sorts. And so all these skeptics were out. They were doing all of this, talking about the movies and the plays and, these critics. And so he made this outburst, like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what sells, but you're all acting like you know what you're talking about. Grading all of these, plays and whatnot like you're experts, blah, 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 blah. What do you know? And so she tells him, hey, listen, actually I know something, a type of play that always sells. And he's like, you don't even know what you're talking about. Tell me about it. And she's like, well, at the end of the day, it exists. It does exist. Say you're just wasting time. See, you're procrastinating because you don't know what you're talking about. And she finally tells him, okay, well, metaphysical science. Those movies, those plays have always stood the test of time. They've always brought people in droves. People have always been drawn to and curious about metaphysical science, esoteric thought. Why? Because there's something within it that resonates with the soul. That I'm gonna leave that there, because I'm not, here for that. But this is the Uranus season, and then we get into Neptune, which starts October 22nd. Okay, so now we're into, what is that? Excuse me, Scorpio season, right? But Neptune season for Jamie, I'm saying. And this is 5 of Hearts. Okay, this starts in or around October. So this influence is taking a journey to distant places, perhaps in a great quest for love. Under Neptune's influence now, you must guard yourself against decisions based upon fantasy. Misinformation can cause relationship issues at this time, even separation, so take extra care to be clearly understood. Social or romantic freedom could materialize now. So I need to check, because this is October, and it could be possibly some type of retrograde happening at that time, especially Mercury, when there's typically some energy of miscommunication, things getting kind of jumbled up or miscommunicated, misinterpreted. There's Mercury retrograde happening. So it might be somewhere near that time. And then Pluto. Now, Neptune, let me just say, is about our hopes and fears. It tells us what we're dreaming of secretly, or what we're secretly wanting, okay? About distant affairs and personal and professional affairs, the subconscious mind. Pluto is about the transformation we'll be going through all year long, like the backdrop or the going theme of our life and transformation the whole year. So this is the 8 of Hearts that comes up for Jamie. And 8 of Hearts and Pluto is the Playboy card. Okay? Possibly influence of making changes to ensure romantic and social success. Could also mean having to deal with someone who exhibits personal or social power. Someone you find very challenging at times. Affirmation. Something for you to repeat, 5 of Clubs. I create more success with people in both personal and professional relationships by learning how to focus my love and energy. So all that's telling me is that the focus in changing things, changing how you relate to people and people relate to you, is by leading from the heart. Okay? Leading from a space of love. All right? That's it, guys. That was, man, it's getting pretty long. We're an hour and 13 minutes in. And so what I want to do, last but not least, is do a soul cleanse. So this is another healing sound bath, I should say. And again, it's by Mitchell Gibson as well. And I just... I say that I swear by this guy. It's not so much him. We're all just, an aspect of the divine. And so when I say, his name, or I say I am a healer, I'm really saying it's the divinity within me that's doing the healing. I'm just a vessel, a conduit, if you will. But I gave the story about my bird earlier because it's a real thing. There's a lot of people who think, oh, it's just woo-woo. What is energy healing and Reiki? That's just bull crap. You can think that, and if you think that, fine. You'll never be healed from it. You feel me? But if you so believe and know that your words are your wand, that your words and your thoughts are so ever powerful, and that you can speak life and healing into your own body. Message: remember who you are. We are all healers of our own vessels. It's like having a car and not knowing how to... First of all, if you're driving a car, you own a car, and you're on the highway or anywhere where your hands are off the steering wheel, what's going to happen to the car? It's going to crash. It's going to go in all the wrong directions and eventually crash because there's no guidance. Your body is just a vehicle. You have to put the proper fuel in it. You have to guide it and tell it what to do. And that's on some, 5D level shish. Let's telepathically, you know, speak to our bodies, you know what I'm saying, and tell it what to do. You don't even have to speak it verbally, but telepathically, I'm healed, and so it shall be. I'm awake. I'm no longer a part of this matrix. I am woke. I see with the eyes of God. You see, okay? Knock and it shall be opened. Ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Seek. Remember who you are. Seeking is not looking necessarily with your eyes. It's looking with your eye. You start searching for the truth. It comes to you. Doesn't matter who, the where, the how. Fucking you too short for all I know, but it comes to you. You start seeking, the information comes to you. Universe is so wonderful in that way. We are so miraculous in that way that our higher selves governs Kirst energy, governs our lower selves. If we but just remember, Neo, unplug. Wake up, red pill. Take the red pill. But some of us refuse. We get up and we take that fucking blue pill every day because we just want to stay fucking asleep. Like the one dude in the Matrix, the first one who never, he was just like, this is all it is. I'm woke. I got to eat this goop every day and this is what it is. And fight these battles and shit. We're the soldiers. We're the ones fighting for the side of light because we show up every day and we decide to be brave and take that red pill and say, I don't want to be a part of this simulation anymore. I see too well, too clear now. Rose tinted glasses are off. I see, and now I have to stand up and stand for something so I don't fall for anything. And just your energy of being here is enough. It is. If you do nothing else, it's enough. You're not here to save the world, okay? To be a superhero. But you're here to be your own superhero, to save yourself. Okay? Speak life. So let's get to this. Give me a minute because I have to search it up. You know, just bear with me. But this is a soul cleanse, and this is what Spirit is guiding me to do. And if in fact your life is touched, changed, this resonates in any way, please let me know. I don't care how you get in contact with me. There are ways. You know, it's divinely guided. You can check me out at MuseAndMagic.net. Message me through my website. You can check me out at MuseAndMagic on Facebook. MuseAndMagic on Instagram. I'm not very big on social media. I don't respond a lot. I don't even check a lot. But my messages do get through to me, like the, you know, Messenger on Facebook and all that stuff. So message me. Let me know. You know, there are ways to seek me and you will find. Okay? I am a spiritual healer, spiritual advisor, a muse, a homeschool mom, okay? A workshop facilitator. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for this. I think this is it. I finally found it. So I'm going to play this meditation, and when this is over, I will end the video. Much love to you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You know, I just wish you wholeness, optimal health, wellness, and abundance always. And until next time, be well, guys. So let's tune in. Soul Cleanse, Mitchell Gibson. And you can close your eyes because I'm still going to do a little energy healing as we listen to this. It sounds probably a little interesting. Don't worry about that. It's healing you. I promise. Okay, guys, if you want to continue on with your own soul healing, again, look up Mitchell Gibson Soul Healing Meditation. You'll find that on YouTube. And again, until next time, I love you. Remember, love is the highest vibration of all. Love brings change. It changes all things, heals all wounds, all things. Again, be well. Wholeness, fam.